this room cannot wait to speak when Chuck retires. That is going to be a good time. Before I totally lose it in here for Diane, Beth, congratulations. I love you. It's been awesome working with you all these years. And I was really bummed when Fran and Therese decided not to do it this year. I always respect that, even though I told them more than once, come on, but whatever. So anyway, congratulations everybody. Chuck, Jake, you guys, Nori, everybody, just amazing putting this on. Randy. So I have a few props, and I have a few words, and I'm gonna save this for a moment. There's a match actually, although they're not the same, which you'll figure it out. I pretty much don't want to say anything about these props. There's a few people definitely at this table and throughout the room. This is a potato. I'm really not comfortable sharing anything about them. But I figured they are important objects in Diane's pantheon. This is a banana. Actually, when looking for some other things, I found a skein of yarn. So, figure it out if you want, or probably better you don't. So, Chuck mentioned the roast, and I heard Diane really wanted to be roasted, and I was like, I'm not as, like, Brian Cassidy, that's a guy who can roast, and just no shame, I admire that, I love to study under him. I feel like roast can get, especially in Diane's case, it would be in complete love, but it could also seem very mean, and I wouldn't want it to be, because if anything Diane is not, she's not mean, oh my God. So, I also want to keep my job, so a lot of the things I would say, I'd actually ask people, if you're filming,
Cut it off.
no, I know Diane's going to want it. If you post it anywhere, do not do that. Well, one thing I will say about her, I'm pretty sure Diane has never watched the compliance video. As I know everybody else does. I don't know, is it the same as it was in 2001? That was the one I saw last, it was pretty good. But, you know, that's the one, that's it, those people are probably retired now. They were young actors. It's the one that talks about what sexual harassment is, the things not to say at work, conversations not to have in the faculty dining room. Jose, wherever you are, you're the brave man that eats with all those women in the back. I go in there to get a soda sometimes, and the 30 seconds I'm in there, it's basically, the compliance video would basically like those things weren't cool. Gestures not to make when you're walking down the hall. Because even though the students in front of you aren't looking around, there's other students all around us. But that's our, anyway, I guess if I was going to roast her, which again, I'm not, the musical Motown, did anybody go to Motown? I wasn't there, I guess I can't talk about it. Diane wasn't there. Oh wait, she was there, but did sleep through the play. That's great, and you can hear through the snoring apparently. I had to meet with a team of friends and people who love Diane and have worked with her to get a lot. I had my own, but I knew there was more, and that's something I found out a lot of things in the last few days after I'd agreed to talk for you. That was something I didn't know. I guess it was a long bus ride, so it's good. The light's out still here, and it's early enough in the night, so we're good. There was a night, some of you may have been there too, in a local watering hole where I guess she convinced the patrons, probably many of them parents, all of them taxpayers, that she was the middle school principal. And I don't think she ever corrected it. I'm pretty sure. Is that true? Who was here? Was anybody here? Just raise your hand. Yeah, and And it was near the end of the night that happened. And that was the year that the enrollment went down and more houses went on sale. What's that? Oh. Please clarify. These are things I just heard. They didn't shock me, but there was a time where she had a conflict with two of her daughter's parent conferences at the high school. So Fran Egan went in her stead to one of the children. I don't know who, Fran, do you remember who you were sitting in for? Okay, and who did you go to, Diane? Did you go to one?
I sent her to, I went to the math and science department.
Oh, so you did different teachers. Well, the best part of the story really isn't about Diane or Fran. That's a very ingenious. Okay, the best was that as soon as the teacher met Fran, she said, I can so see how you, I can see the resemblance. And it's good. I'm not going to say that to parents now in case that's done to me. This one, Kathy Presti is still pretty pissed about. Their first day on the job, 11 years ago at the middle school, I'm walking back from the September Superintendent's Conference Day as they were sort of shaking hands and introducing, like as Kathy, she just completely fell off the curb and down to the ground. And I think, Diane, I don't know, what did you do, Diane? Do you remember that?
Oh, I just went over to her and I just went, oh my God, Kathy, are you okay? And I just proceeded to pick her up off the floor. Of course she did.
That was a setup. I actually thought if I ask her that, she's going to say, that is exactly how you approach it. And this is like a mixture roast thing and a mixture love thing.
It's true.
Oh my God, Kat, I can totally see that.
I think she just kept walking. I don't remember. I think she just kept walking.
Did I do
Right. She was still introducing herself.
Did I do something?
I don't know. I could picture that well. That was the first year I worked with you both. Joe arrived, right? Joe Cotto? Joe goes back with Diane well before the middle school. And again, I guess Joe was selling his house, right? And Diane called to inquire without letting Joe know that Diane was given a call. And, you must have had to disguise your voice. There's no way Joe would not have known it was you. You disguised your voice. And asked about, well, I have some questions about the rooms, and he probably answers it. And I have some questions about the bathrooms, and I'm sure Joe was kind of, okay. The toilet seats, are they sturdy? My husband has a huge ass. Donald, you don't, from what I can tell. Joe immediately said, Diane! Like he knew then. That happened, right, Joe? Did you know beforehand, or was that the moment? Wow, that is, and it actually was, is, and probably will forever be. That is Diane. All right, those are the few things out of the way like that. We got some crazy stuff in store in a few minutes. So let's just do a little bit more biography time at the middle school, who Diane is. And I hope I didn't offend you, Diane. I tried not to there. Certainly have offended me over the years. But a girl from the Bronx, as if you had no idea. Donald, one of the very first dates was Diane's 1979 high school prom. That's pretty cool. I talked to Don about that, get some information. Yeah, that's right. He seems like a saint, and I don't even know him, but I do know him a little, but definitely. She's such a proud mother to her three daughters. Couldn't be prouder of Justine, Jackie, and Juliana. She brags about you guys all the time. And then most recently, a super proud grandmother of Justine's daughter, Layla. So, and I know that's a big thing she's looking forward to in retirement, being able to spend more time with all of you guys. There you go. Before having children, when they were still in the city, she was working as a legal secretary. And then about 30 years ago, when Justine herself was just a baby, they moved up to the area, where she devoted herself full-time to raising the girls for a lot of years. I thought it was 12 years ago, but I guess it was 11. But you did work in Pine Tree for a year or two,
Yes.
a little bit. So 11 years ago, coming to the middle school, which is where I got to know her when she came into my room as a one-on-one monitor in the 15-1 program. And most people in this room, it's actually a pretty small crowd tonight, but people who are guests who are not at the school. So the 15-1 setting is for students who, at least the setting that Diane worked with me that first year, it's an academic setting, but for students who couldn't make it academically unless they were in that classroom, and for certain students couldn't make it academically and otherwise often without monitors like Diane and all the monitors who are here. If a student gets a one-on-one, it's really needed. It's not something that everybody gets. And that year, the first student who she worked with, and I'm obviously going to keep it anonymous, he was an unusual person to come to the academic program. And man, did he thrive. It was 7th grade, right? And so for 2 years, this young man, and a lot of you guys know him, so you might remember that was Diane's first student. But if it wasn't for Diane, there's no way he would have been able to get through the academics at the middle school, and then he went on in the high school, and he just graduated last year, I believe. And and that's really what all the one-on-one monitors do, whether they have 1 or 2 students they're working with. It takes a special person. Like you're helping everybody in the classroom, but you get to know that kid in a way that nobody else in the school does, for sure, not any of the teachers. And you're in sync with them, especially because they're in middle school. You're balancing trying to not do too much for them, but knowing that if you don't do the things that that kid needs, particularly, that you're taught what to do and told, help them with this behavior, help with this organization, it wouldn't be possible. And so 11 years of having some students for 2 years in a row, sometimes moving around, and just enormous heart, enormous compassion, enormous patience, like the students Diane works with often are students that teachers would have them 40 minutes a day are like pulling their hair out sometimes. And Diane is with them through the lunch. When you mentioned you're not going to miss the lunch, I can imagine that. That's. So anyway, just important to kind of know when you see Diane walking through the halls, like the kind of what her days have been like, and how she's always done it with such grace and such smile. So we also have a lot of funny things that happen in our classroom, and one of the nice things about being a special education teacher is you'll almost always have a teaching assistant, often have a monitor or two, and so the funny, crazy things that happen can kind of be shared in real time instead of waiting till you see your colleague, guess what just happened? This brings me to my cylinders. So there have been certain things I had to modify as I teach math, and specifically surface area. When you get these, you talk about the surface area, and then this particular high-tech model, you can actually open it up, and you see a net that shows you kind of what areas the kids have to find. And so it was my first year with Diane, and she's often in the back of the room. That's where I think the student worked best, and she was there. But man, like, it's not good to have Diane in the back. So when I opened up this net, well, this is how they come. I'm not making this up. Some people have a really good time making teaching tools for middle school teachers. So the net that I started to use the next day, and I had to borrow this one from Marianne Vandermark today because I haven't used this particular net since that time. That might have been period 2, and by period 3, I'd already changed my net into this, which is a little bit something about Mary, but it's also much more, the kids don't have as much of, or Diane does not make any contact. So anyway, if any math teachers are here and haven't thought of that, it's just duct tape, it works. There are some things I've gone on for a little while. You're a crazy rocker chick from the Bronx. You belong in middle school, and that's not going to change. You're not going to be in middle school, but it's too late. You're basically stuck there. You've got a giant heart. I've said that. And one time in passing, I think you mentioned something about liking the musical stylings of John Bon Jovi. Is this correct?
No.
So, what I'd like, there's a few people who know that we're going to go back and just do a little something for a minute. And I've also mentioned to some people, but if you've ever worked with Diane and you want to join us up here in a minute, come back behind the screen. It'll take us about 30 seconds. And we'll be back to give Diane one last tribute, okay? Thank you.